Welcome back, everybody. This is Affected Hippo coming at you with another episode of the Create Mod Let's Play series. A little bit of off-camera work been going on here. Um, for example, I finally filled in this bridge. I've been working on the colony behind me, and as you'll see in the next clip, I have completely neglected to record a bunch of footage of the town I've been working on. So we're gonna just fill in wherever that starts right about now. So I will acknowledge I might have gotten a little carried away. I've been working on this. That doesn't look the greatest, does it? I've been working on this train station over at the main. I guess it's supposed to be the central area for the town. I don't know if this is really the main area or it's just if that's just what what I want it to be. I paved the tracks, I put a little platform down, nothing special. I'm slowly filling this bit in. I think I'm going to have a little railing up here as well. So that justifies kind of having this stripe exposed because that took a little bit of effort. I don't really know why I have this brown here, but I think it looks pretty decent. Um, as mentioned, got a little carried away working on this, and I need to go just a little bit taller here in this middle section. I'm thinking there will be a window in this section here, and then this part can be, well, it could be a full block in. I don't really know. I'd like it to be some kind of clock, but I don't know if there's actually. I know there is a clock block, cuckoo clock, and supplementaries has this one, but I'm willing to bet this doesn't actually expand. Like I can't make. It's not like tileable, so I can't make multiple of them. So I might very well just put a something kind of flat and then have some stairs creating a semicircle shape and then have the hands be I think I figured out what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to need a handful of copycat bites and I'll probably make it out of like bone blocks or something. Something with a little bit less color. Not fully white, but just a little off, if you will. And we'll have okay. So here's the thought. Let's get some slabs, and we'll get a ton of these bites, and then the slabs are just gonna go down here in these corners. We'll fill all this in, and then the stairs. It's not stairs, of course, because of how it has to be built. But we can, however, fill everything in. Alright, there we go. And we'll just grab another slice. And this will just never move, but now we can have it be, I don't know, we can call it 3. I'll need some black for the hands. And where are my vertical slices? There they are. But in a moment, that's gonna say. I'll just take them from here for a second. But you can hopefully see where I'm coming from with this. The backside is gonna look a little messy for a minute while I just fill this in. Hang on, let's land up here. There we go. So the back walls, it's not going to be visible on this side. And then on this side, we'll actually see it a little bit. And then, I don't know, maybe I'll actually just slowly bring it inward. So instead of having, like this will still come all the way up to, I'm thinking here. And I'll have, I'm guessing, you know what? I'm thinking, let's get some steps in, some stairs. I know I'm one short, so I'll have to craft another one. But like this, and there we go. And then perhaps even a couple more. I can make actual stairs or slabs out of these. Yes, this. I'm thinking this is going to look pretty good. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I was hoping for. Now just big window in here. Now big window in here. Probably maybe a balcony of some description or an awning. In fact, I think we actually have on. We do have awnings, so I'll probably make some of these, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just like that, the exterior of the strip. Oh, hang on, you can see through there. These windows are also very clean. I don't know how much I like that, but the exterior of the structure is pretty much done. It could use an interior, I think. I don't know if I'm the guy to build it, but I could either build an interior or make all the windows darker. And I'm kind of leaning towards actually building an interior. I'm also thinking that in the future, this place, like there's a whole lot of room for town out here, so I could have maybe some like rail yards over in one direction, probably that way, or it could be this way. I just need some place to put rolling stock, and then over here I could have a town. And by town, I don't mean colony. I mean I would build the buildings myself, and I'd probably have a street similar to this. In fact, I did get more white concrete to fill in these. I'm thinking a villager trading area, or just basically an actual villager village, would be an option for the area. Problem is, I don't really need them for anything other than emeralds. So I think more often than not, I'd really just be building facades for buildings and trying to make everything else work within that design. But I don't have a shroomlight farm just yet, so I could rescue Steel. A I don't think there's gonna be a road going this way now that I think about it. I could steal a. Uh, we'll cut some of this out eventually. It just feels awkward at the moment. I could steal a magma cube spawner from the Nether, and then I could repurpose that in one of these buildings here. Have a maybe a fairly decent sized one that would I wouldn't have to stay too long at, just so I'm not wasting time and not wasting days. I don't want to AFK in this world more than I can avoid, just because the whole uh I guess the movie concept, the way I've been doing those, I don't want to sit around for days and then treat it like it's an accomplishment, because then I'll feel like I'm not accomplished. I'm not getting as much done in those so many days. So yeah, I'll have to figure out how I'm going to move forward with this town. But I will have a town. It may not be very big, but there will be a town, and there may even be more trains. Oh, am I kidding? Of course there'll be more trains. There won't be anything on top of these buildings, however. So we'll throw a torch down and call it a day. And these windows are very bright, so I'm going to have to put some dividers in or black out the area behind them. I'm working off of a train station, actually, on my other monitor. It's a Lego train set, or train station model, which is $650-ish dollars. It looks like, I don't know. It's basically $700. Once you factor in taxes, and I'm not paying for it. So I'm building a version of it here, probably wider than it needs to be. In fact, I don't need these two windows right here, but I'm okay with it. I need to put something inside now so it looks full. So the goal is get in, get out, and steal a spawner. Apparently I was here before. You? Is there another one? Doesn't look like it. So I need to get you onto one of these. Let's take... So what we're going to go ahead and do here is create plots for what will be a bunch of buildings in the city area of our main district. These buildings are going to be facades which hold various farms which can only really operate while I'm actually in the area. And the thought process here is that this is like the main city. It needs some reason to exist. There's too many colonies nearby, so I'm not going to go out of my way and build another colony here. This is in itself just going to be a villager breeder, as you might be able to figure out from this kind of messy looking footage. But in addition to the villager breeder, what I'm doing here, the plan is to also have this be the coaling depot for the railway, so I can fill up my Create Mod trains and make them run faster. That is all going to be done through a tree-based farm that will convert the logs into coal, well, into charcoal and then into coal, and then that will be automatically filled into the trains. It's just not a priority right now, and that's mostly because I only really have 2 trains that run around the railway. I'd like to just fill them in, fill in the railway, and just have a ton of trains running around. That's the dream for me anyway, so that it looks more functional and it serves a purpose in the grand scheme of things in the whole area. Or in the whole world, I should say. It's not just this one area. This is going to be a place where every train comes through, but there needs to be I want there to be a purpose. Like, I'm building out these streets, and I want to have the city look here, so it looks like it's a place where people would actually live. But the problem I run into is that without the city in the area, without the reason for people to be here, it doesn't make sense in my head for this to be the hub. So I want to fill in the area first, which is maybe backwards. But I want to fill in the area so it looks lived in, and it makes sense that this would be where people come. Maybe, I mean, because the engine sheds are here, this is where the drivers live. I mean, I am making a villager breeder here, so maybe the villagers are the engineers. Even though, realistically, I know that the building next door to this is going to be used as a villager trading hall with the create trading hall mod, whatever that is, the mod that allows you to trade with villagers using the create mod. That my plan is to use that in the area next door, just so that I can actually have a way to produce emeralds, which will likely be done through, once again, more farms that will run while I'm in the area. Coming back to probably pumpkin, melon, that makes most sense to me, but once again, I haven't quite gotten there yet, so we'll figure it out. Here we can see some of Ilmango's Moss Farm designs. I have modified this 2 module version with some minor create mod parts, just some vaults, item hatch, and various funnels. So basically, I will just input all the bone meal. Anything that I don't want, such as come on, let me get that. anything I do want, the moss blocks and any of these mine colonies foods will get collected into the vault, and anything I don't want, which is basically everything else produced by the farm, can be sent down here, and then this will be a whole, it'll be a series of probably vaults, composters, and hoppers, which will basically function like this, and then these will also end up spitting their items out into this vault, which holds all the bone meal. Somehow, some way it will do that. Haven't really worked out how I'm going to make that happen just yet, but it will work. And I might cut this part out, but that's really the gist of it. During these clips, I'd like to give you a little update on where I'm at with my life right now. Kind of just a little thing I felt compelled to say. I, I'm kind of losing steam on this. I've got a honey-do list that's half a mile long, it would seem. I'm building furniture for my wife, and it seems as fast as I'm knocking things out, I've got to add something new to it. Recently built her a couple bookshelves. I've built a TV stand. It took 3 weeks because my machine broke. The machine for step one, which really threw off my my flow for that week. I couldn't make any more progress on that, and I have just completely blown through my backlog, my 5 week or so, whatever it was, backlog of videos. I was prepared to work on other projects and keep these things going and have all that ready. Yeah, this is being recorded 2 days before this video goes live. I have not really gotten a whole lot of videos done. I've been building, as mentioned, building furniture, working on other things around the house. I started working on that garage down. It's like an hour away, but I mean, it pays well, so I'm getting some some good money working on that, which is nice. But while I'm working on that, my wife tells me, "Oh, hey, by the way, we've got some water damage in the ceiling. Great, fantastic. I had to finish that." Around the same time, her car decides to die, so we got to replace her car. Things are just going real well. And, well, lo and behold, Valentine's Day snuck up on me a little bit because I'm a man and I don't think about that kind of stuff. So, I last minute, I think I got her a Lego Minecraft Fox, which she actually doesn't know about yet. I'm saving that for a rainy day right now because I'm also at the same time I bought her a computer, right? A better computer because she was playing on my old gaming laptop, which sounds like an airplane trying to take off every single time we play, and frankly, it doesn't work half the time either. So that's why we're replacing that. But now she's got a proper computer and with a proper monitor. I mean, her monitor is bigger than mine. My monitors are like 31, 32 inches across. Hers is 34. It's pretty impressive. I didn't remember what I got, so I just bought something random, like a decent price for her because she's also cheap like me, so that worked out pretty well. And appropriately as well, the 34-inch wide monitor, it's wider than I would expect. Like the proportions are off. I don't know exactly what they are, but it's wider than I expected, and it's shorter than I would have expected. So this works out well for her. It's one monitor, so she can throw Minecraft up on the screen and have a great time, or she can multitask and she can take care of her business, her parents' business, whatever she's got to do, the paperwork for, all that fun stuff that she volunteers to do. She now has a nice little proper, like real computer setup that will, I mean, last for years. I mean, I've had this computer for year and a half now, and it's great. I mean, it's as good as the day I got it. I feel it hasn't decreased at all. It's still fantastic, and that's my hope for her. Is that this thing is going to just work for years, and we don't have to hopefully spend any money on another computer in the near future. That's going to be a great thing. Great thing. As I am building furniture and improving my house, general, there's people around me who are asking for furniture. I don't get a whole lot of requests, but when I do, I try to document it. I'm not very good at documenting things. It tends to take a little bit longer than I. It tends to slow down my progress, shall we say? It's a step I often forget or outright ignore at certain steps of the process, specifically when it gets a little dangerous. I don't like to record that, especially in case I hurt myself and I have to explain to my wife how I cut half my finger off. She really wouldn't appreciate that. It's never happened, but I definitely don't want to include that in the footage either. Just having that around would not be ideal for me, I don't think. Um, Never happened, by the way. You get little cuts, little splinters here and there. No real damage to me at all. But that's kind of where I'm at with this. My thought process as far as some of my developments of going. I brought up that I try to document my projects as far as woodworking because when I do that, I upload it on Instagram. The Instagram account I think is Fire Woodworking or whatever. I think I can just check it real quick while I'm talking here. It is Fire Woodworking. It hasn't changed since the last time I discussed it. But the important thing, Fire_Woodworking, is that's another idea, another possibility. I could record the processes and make a channel regarding that, but what I need is someone to comment and say, "Hey, go ahead and do that. That'd be a great idea." But that's kind of it. I had this footage of the raids at the colony, and the two colonies, and they take so much longer than I feel they should. I'm trying to run through them as fast as I can, but the raids are never at they seem to be just at the furthest possible colony it could be at the time. Um, but my plan in the future is that my city can still continue to progress. I shouldn't say city, my railway. What I'd really like to do, and what would be ideal for me, is if I had an already established world that somebody else had built with a great distance between their bases, right? So that I could connect them is really what would suit for me. I'd much rather run the railway infrastructure than actually build out the cities, and that's kind of where the mine colonies stuff comes in. It allows me to build up these networks, or at least these different colonies, and then the possibility for the networks. The difficult thing you run into, and that I have here, is this is a two-track main line, or two-track line for most of it. Part of it is only half, and the bits of this railway that are connected, that are two-line, they only have passenger trains running around. I mean, there's one passenger, one freight train, and I think it doesn't feel lived in. Like, it feels kind of empty. I need more and more trains going through, basically, and it's just not a step I've reached just yet. I think that's something I ought to work on, but I feel like I gotta bring in more trains. I want to do more. I have a lot of train designs kind of floating around my head. I haven't really done tutorials on them, and I haven't quite printed them in. And I have other train, like my crocodile from episode like 6 or whatever it was, like way back at the beginning of the series. That's just chilling on a siding somewhere. I don't actually have that. I'm not taking care of that like I should be. It's kind of left to its own devices. I need to fill it in, or at the very least, I need to park it with the rest of the trains in the shed. Uh, I've kind of been rambling. I acknowledge that it's something I tend to do. I think and this might help with the whole YouTube thing. I think I just like hearing myself talk sometimes, just going on and on and on. This raid that you've been watching for the last, I think, 5 minutes, it has been something awful. The way I built up this colony, I thought was really smart, but I completely ignore the part of the colony that has ramps leading up to it. And in doing so, I made easy access over there, and then even with my train, I made it easier for things to or uh, for these raiders to get up if they're smart enough to figure out how to walk up the train platform and then up the stairs to the bridge to connect. I mean, real people would have sorted it out. I have no doubt in my mind for that. And here we get to the interesting part of the video where my colonists are working, just slowly building up their own buildings. These are all at 3 times speed, by the way. So we're back with some changes. I finally finished printing in this, oh, that looks wrong. I finally printed in this, this thing. I might need to go through and fix it again, considering how these pistons are all wonky here. Really not excited about that. So, fun surprise, I have also updated my skin to closer resemble what I actually look like in real life. Kind of. I actually have the mustache, the lips. It's raining now. This is fairly close to my uniform for work. We don't have these, we don't have fancy shirts though. We just wear regular navy t-shirts, so the little cuffs on here. I don't wear like a white undershirt. I do wear the pants, and I do have stripes on them. They're neon yellow. I hadn't considered that when I copy and pasted this from someone else. But I mean, the orange looks better for my little guy here. And I have black boots and blue eyes. Yeah, but these these are done as they're going to be. I'll wrap them in buildings eventually. Same with this guy. This is where my villager trading area would be if I was really focusing on that, especially since I have got a bunch of villagers living over here. I would like to design some more trains. I haven't done that in a good while, but at the same time, I'm kind of at a loss because I have so many trains, and I don't even have very many of them running. Like, it's cool. I think so anyway. It's cool to have a bunch of them running around or sitting around waiting for work, but at the end of the day, they need to be doing something. And just chilling here is neat, but it frankly it's just no. Are you a Fisher? No, you're still a Flint. Not a Flint, a Fletcher. Look, I like these buildings. I think I did pretty well with them. I like the decorations I did with the armor stands over there. But this place just does not feel very lived in. It feels kind of empty. My building style has not uh, improved since I've been working here. I mean, maybe a little bit with like the texture done to the floor inside the roundhouse or in the turntable well, like maybe that, and that's not very textury at all, but it's something. I gotta get over here. But yeah, this is kind of the whole point of this. I needed a place to come and trade, so so I could actually uh, accumulate emeralds, and apparently I'm going too fast. But yeah, I mean, not you. Put that back on. This is the skin, as I was saying, is much closer to what I actually look like. Minus the now the quiver, but that's the end of the episode. um, Thank you for watching. I'm supposed to be making a TV stand right now. It's currently gluing. The wood is the glue's drying, and yeah, I was supposed to go back and check on that like an hour ago. So I mean, the glue's probably dry, but now I have to stain it, and that's gonna take longer because I hate painting. I can't undersell this nearly enough, or that was underselling it. I can't sell it enough. I hate painting. Anyway, I I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I get it's been around all over the place, and I hope my rant during the time lapse wasn't too much. I'd love to keep this world going, but maybe at a maybe a little more uh, sparing in the future, or less frequently is probably the better term for it. I just I'm finding the words difficult right now. I've spent half a year on this world. I mean, which isn't really that long altogether, but at the same time, it's also been uh, I don't know actually. It's been a few months that I've been trying to squeeze together or squeeze out something here, something. Oh, I want to keep this series going, but I think the important thing is I have fun with it. Because if I'm not having fun with it, I'm not going to be very entertaining, and that's at the end of the day the whole goal with all this. So if you'd like to see me do to keep this going, please leave a like, leave a comment. In fact, tell me what else you'd like to see. If not more of this world specifically, maybe you'd like to see me do something else. Maybe still with Create Mod, maybe still with trains. I mean, now we can get some more narrow gauge tracks, so that's a fun option we have now. I'd like to. I have been playing Minecraft with my wife, and I've been recording it. I haven't edited any of that yet, but I mean, we've had 3, 4 sessions where we just sat down and played for a couple hours, and I mean, she's loving it. She's not a fan of sitting around on the computer, but she is having a fantastic time, and I'm really happy about that. And if you'd like to see our progress, our slow progress through the game, because she's not as crazy about all this as I am. I spend a lot of time playing Minecraft, just simply put, too much time even. Like, I know where I'm going completely backwards, and like I've spent a lot of time in this world, so taking it slower, playing the newer stuff. I haven't played vanilla Minecraft in probably 2 years, coming up on 2 years, aside from the times I've been playing with her just now. So I've seen it. Oh, I've seen a lot of it, but I haven't played. So if you'd like to see some, oh, okay, at least it's here. Where is Northwest? Northwest is behind me. So I guess we're gonna end the video fighting these guys. Let's take this, actually. This might be fun. Where are we at? Northwest? West is this way. It's there. I've had this trident for hundreds of days, and I've barely ever used it. Oh, well, I can't do it from the air. But yeah, I mean, this has been fun, for sure. But I would like to do something a little different with her. Maybe actually take it slow, build up a nice little house. I don't think she's ever actually been to the end or really beat the game. So that at the end of the day is going to be the goal. But you know, the content's going to be basically guided by whatever she wants to do that day. So maybe that's something you guys would like to watch. I mean, I'm having a great time just sitting down and playing with her, just talking with her for hours and playing the games. Maybe I could even stream it. I don't know if that would be entertaining. Thank you for watching. If you've liked what you've seen, please leave a like, leave a comment, tell me what you've liked. Tell me what you'd like to see me do next time on this world, or maybe you'd like to see give me an idea of what you'd like to see me do in vanilla Minecraft. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of ideas at this point. I want to hear from you guys. But if you made it to this point in the video, subscribe. I mean, why not? I mean, you made it this far. You might as well subscribe.